to another episode. So today we have the November 2019 issue of Vogue with Rihanna on the cover. And for years I pronounced it as Rihanna, but I saw her in an interview yesterday, and she was pretty adamant, about the pronunciation, that it's Rihanna. So on the cover is Rihanna. So let's get started on the images. Okay. Right. Saint Laurent is now. Alright, we saw. I received, just as a kind of a public service, I can let you know when these magazines arrive in the mail. So I subscribe to W, and it arrives somewhere between the 6th and the 8th of every month. And I also subscribe to Harper's, Vogue, Marie Claire, and Elle, and they arrive somewhere between the 20th and the 22nd of every month. So my point is, the reason I'm letting you know that is I've already reviewed all the magazines for this month, but this is just the first video, and Louis Vuitton is really making quite a bit of progress. So the only one that truly remains now in the bottom tier, there's only one left, and it's Saint Laurent, because the photography, and you can tell this model here on the left, there's no makeup, her hair is absolutely ghastly. So it's the only advertiser that remains in the bottom tier. Gucci and Louis Vuitton are in the process of showing some improvement, digging themselves out of the bottom tier. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, I was thinking it was in a different magazine. So you can see, in months past, Louis Vuitton was really in a very bad way. They were in a flat spin, and look at this in just 1 month. Look at how much these photographs have improved. Number one, conceptually. Number two, the actual photography. And number three, post-production. So it's remarkable improvement in just 1 month. So I think, again, this is a leap on my part. I think the creative team was fired and they brought in a new team, because this is too drastic. This is way too much improvement in just literally 1 month. So it tells me that there was some turnover in personnel, and this is far superior to that garbage that they've been running. So congratulations to Louis Vuitton. Here we have Valentino. This is a new serial. This kind of shocked me, because they've been on 3-month serials, and last month, October, it was month number 1 of that particular serial. So I was thinking they were going to extend it into November and December, kill it at the end of December, and start a new serial for January. But they only ran that for 1 month, and they started here on a new serial. I should say, well, technically it's not a serial if it ran for 1 month. It's got to run for 2 or more to be considered a serial. So anyways, my point is, in October they ran that ad just 1 month only and killed it, and now they're on something completely different, which is a complete departure for Valentino. And again, they're like Louis Vuitton, showing remarkable improvement from September. So last month was an improvement, and they're even getting better now this month. So you have this building, it's without this, a little bit reminiscent of the Texas School Book Depository. Kind of has that feel to it. But look at the color here, the saturation. This is really nice work. So again, congratulations to Valentino, because this is really quite nice. Okay, Bella Hadid. Okay, just showing you her image. Michael Kors. I don't want to go on a big soapbox tangent here, but I told you I was going to identify this model, and I have, and I can't believe her name is escaping me. But the point is, I did some research into her, and it took me a long time. I dug and dug and dug, and I found out who she is. She's Dutch, and she's represented by this modeling agency in Amsterdam. It's called Paparazzi model management. And I was absolutely taken aback. I went to their website, and the women there are completely unattractive. And this is one of the things I was talking about that's killing fashion, and it's killing fashion photography, is the bar now. The bar to enter modeling used to be extremely high. I mean, a woman had to be a 10 out of 10 to become a model. And now with nepotism and political connections, and basically it's from wealth, right? If one of the parents or an aunt or an uncle is some type of in the financial community, as a banker, hedge fund manager, right? These women are getting positions as models, and I swear to you, I've seen some of these models. They're a 3 out of 10 in their modeling. So when you go to paparazzi model management, they're all 3s. I mean, it's unbelievable how low the bar has been set with paparazzi model management. There's only one there, and if you go there, you'll see her. Her name is spelled Daan, and she's quite an attractive woman. She's what you would consider to be one of the old school, right, high bar, high threshold models, which seems like she came through. It would be a merit-based system. But every other model, including her, you have to ask yourself, how in the world did you become a model? Because I'm not getting it. Not getting it. Okay, Dior Rouge. This has really been toned down. We saw this in September. It was a 4-pager. In September 2019, it's the flagship, right? September's the flagship, and it was in Vogue, and it was extremely sexualized. I mean, there was some very heavy sexual imagery in that 4-page advertisement. But even here, this is getting a little daring. Looks like she's wearing a sweater, right? And they got it hiked up way far, okay? In the breast, the neckline, it's a really plunging deep neckline here. So even this is somewhat racy, but the sexuality was represented here in these like rose petals and stuff, and even the applicator. It was extremely sexualized. So if you want to see that, please visit my video. It was actually a 3-parter, but it was, I think, in part 1. Vogue, September 2019, part 1. And you'll see the extreme sexual nature of the imagery. Okay, even Dolce & Gabbana is improving. So it seems like a lot of these fashion houses, they're getting their act together in terms of really stepping up the photography, really. And this is again a location shot. It's not in the studio against paper. So they're doing the right thing and going out on location. And look at how she's dressed. It's just beautiful, right? They're on location, right? The light on the model is fantastic. The photography is fantastic. Post-production is fantastic. So, right, it's welcome. It's so welcome when you see really top-notch photography. Okay, here, this is a tribute, and it's also in another magazine. I think it's in Harper's. But I didn't know Peter Lindbergh has passed away. I think he passed away on 3 September of this year, which was roughly about 6 weeks ago or so. And I didn't know it. We actually lost Fred Herzog as well. And I was very disappointed to hear that Fred Herzog had passed. And we lost another one. I can't remember. But there was actually 4. The gentleman who shot the man at the tank in Tiananmen Square, I think 1989. And was it Robert Frank? I think we lost Robert Frank. So we lost 4 photographers in 8 days, from the 3rd to the 9th, I think, or the 3rd to the 10th. I mean, inclusive, it's 8 days, but we lost 4 famous photographers in 8 days. So here, right, Peter Lindbergh was one of them, and this is his image. As a matter of fact, this is the first cover on her Anna Wintour. I think it was, she's been at the helm 31 years, so I think it was 88 maybe. This cover, yeah, November of 1988, and this was her first cover, Anna Wintour, and she took a lot of flack because of the model being in jeans. and showing a little midriff, right? It's a little dressed down, a little casual for making the cover of Vogue. But my point is, it was Anna Wintour's first cover, and it was shot by Peter Lindbergh. This was really cool. The first time I ever seen Dom advertised in a fashion magazine, right? The Champagne Dom Perignon, right? Champagne. I thought that was so cool. Okay, we've covered this before. This paper is really quite nice. If this is a Savage paper, it's called Primary Red, and you can see how it's offsetting. Look at the agreement here: black hair, black top, plunging neckline, red lipstick. Everything here is in agreement, and it's the paper that really makes this photo. Primary Red is an awesome color. Okay, here we have, I haven't seen her before, and well, I shouldn't say before, it's been a long time. Doutzen Krusch, she was a Victoria's Secret angel, and she did the Victoria's Secret fashion show for many years in a row. So here she is modeling for L'Oreal. And is this multiple pages? No, there's another magazine where it's multiple pages, and there are lots of images of her modeling for this hairspray or whatever. So, she still got it. She's been in the game for like 20 years, maybe. She's still rocking it. Okay, so we've seen this before too, when an advertiser scales down from 2 pages to 1. So before, we've seen this advertisement, it was just the image alone, and all the text and any imagery of the bottle and stuff, it was pulled over to the left page, and the image was left to stand on its own. So here, in the interest of saving money, they're doing a 1-pager. They've moved the text over along with the image, and look where they placed the bottle. They placed it right here over the heart of the image. They should have dragged this a little bit more over to the right to try to let this image remain unmolested. So I can understand their financial interest in scaling back and wanting to do a 1-pager, but the page design is terrible. It completely obscures the photo. All they had to do literally is just pull this bottle over to about right here, and you still have an unmolested image for the most part. Terrible page design. Okay, this is another Savage paper. I think this is Orchid. And it's really, you can see here, it's really quite a nice color for shooting a female model. So here we have Kaya Gerber. Kaya Gerber is the daughter of Cindy Crawford, and she started modeling about a year ago at age 17, and I think she's probably 18 by now, because she's been in the game about 1 year. So, and this is photographed by Mikhail Jansen, and I want you to see her range as a model. She's very reminiscent to me of Linda Evangelista, because Linda Evangelista was capable, and that's how you know the measure of a model, just like Margot Robbie. They're able to pull anything you put them in, any type of look, right? They can pull it off. And completely the opposite is Cara Delevingne, extremely one-dimensional, right? But you have models like, again, Margot Robbie, Linda Evangelista, and now Kaya Gerber, and you'll see some images here. She can successfully pull off all these different looks. So this, of course, is the first one. Okay. I went through these images. I didn't even know this was Kaya Gerber. Look how she's pulling off all these different looks. Different hairstyles, right, of course. Their wigs, of course. My point is, though, no matter how they dress her, right, she's pulling it off. And this is Kaya Gerber in every image. Look at this. This is really grand over here, this image on the left. That's a Hall of Famer. That is definitely a Hall of Fame image by Mikhail Jansen. He did a wonderful job with this shot. Again, Kaya Gerber. Now this is her more naturally. This is her kind of natural state, right? But you can see in all the other images, she was really quite made up to channel, other looks. Again, in a more natural state. This is cool. Now, I'm going to give you a second, right? I love doing this. Now, this image on the left, okay, she's channeling a character from a movie, right? She's channeling an actress, and I'll give you the year. It was about 1983. This movie. Is it ringing any bells? Okay, there she's channeling Jennifer Beals from Flashdance, right? This is definitely like a Flashdance inspired, Jennifer Beals inspired look. And Kaya Gerber's just killing it. Look at that. She's just killing that look. Wonderful. Wonderful here. Right? Just fantastic. She's really gonna be. And just think she's 18 years old. She's only getting started. There's gonna just be lots of. Oh my God, she's just gonna be a fantastic model. Okay, here we have Rihanna, and it really shocked me when I saw this. Do you remember a few months ago we saw Celine Dion, and Celine Dion was not ready for that photo shoot. She was not photo ready. She looked terrible. Okay? And again, we're getting back to the same principle here. Rihanna was not ready for this shoot. She has put on a lot of weight. And again, it's not about shaming her, body shaming her. My point is that, again, as a close advisor, okay, if I'm an advisor, I would tell Rihanna, no, respectfully, you're not ready for this shoot. You need to drop about 15-20 pounds before you attempt this shoot, because you're going to embarrass yourself, right? And nobody told her that. Now watch these images. Okay, you can see her definitely, right? She's put on a lot of weight. You can see it in her face, in the chest, and in the arm. Right here, look at this. Look at her midsection there. I mean, she has put on a lot of weight, right? She is not photo ready. And somebody had a duty and obligation to tell her that, Rihanna, I know you want to do Vogue. You are not ready. As an advisor, I'm just advising you, just decline the shoot until you drop some weight. Okay? But she didn't. And again, this was a mistake. It was a mistake for her to do this shoot. Okay, then we have this one. I love this tilted horizon. Kind of a play almost on Gary Winogrand, right? The tilted horizon, because this is the natural horizon here. They're on this, bridge over the River Seine, probably, right? But they just a little bit of play. It really works. It's just kind of artistic. So there we have it. We have November 2019. Rihanna on the cover of Vogue. If you enjoyed this, I would certainly appreciate a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, if you thought I was body shaming Rihanna, which I really wasn't, but if you felt I crossed an ethical line, perhaps, by all means, give me a thumbs down. And so we still have a few more to do. As I said, I got four issues in the mail in one day, so I still have to do Harper's, Marie Claire, and Elle, and those will be coming along shortly. Thank you for your time.